Straight out of the left coast of the coast in the east. Started off on the quest to find his favorite drink. We talk sports, comics, silver screen. Don't forget about the music, cause we loving the beats. A slice of life for the whole damn pie. We got it all. We know you feeling the vibe. From old Gen X to young Gen Z. Either way, we gon' drink. It's Son and Pops.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Son and Popsculture. I'm Son.
And I'm Pops.
And this is episode 122.
Make it do what it do. 122 coming through with the woo.
Wow,
1, 2,
okay.
2. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
So, Who are we? What do we do?
Oh, Son and Pops Culture. What we do here at Son and Pops Culture is give you our take on movies, music, video games, comic book, literature, sports, anime, a little slice of life. Sometimes you get the whole pie. East and West, young and old, X and Z, Son and Pops. Where can the people find us at, buddy?
You can check us out on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Son and Pops Culture. There we have highlights of the show and the full visual episodes up on YouTube. But if you ever want us to talk about a certain something or just want to chat, hit us up because we love hearing from you guys.
True indeed. We couldn't do it without you. So we love hearing from our listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we'll start where we always start.
With this week's drink.
This week's drink started as a 21-year-old's quest to find his favorite drink, but has since evolved or devolved into us drinking whatever we want. Because either way, we gonna drink. What do you have today, buddy?
Today I have just a cup of coffee. That's it. I'm not gonna lie though. Next episode's probably gonna be something different.
Why is that actually? Why is that? Or should we just surprise?
We'll surprise them.
Yeah,
we'll
surprise them.
As of right now, I just have coffee.
Yeah, I sidebar. I saw your cousin Courtney today, and
oh nice.
I told her we were recording, and I told her I had to push it back, and I was like, I said he's gonna have to put off that cup of coffee for another hour. So.
I did. I was smelling it. I was like, oh my gosh, I need this right now.
Yeah. Well, but the benefit of these early ones though is I'm drinking lemon lime Sprite, baby boy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's too early for me to start boozing, so keeping it on the PG tip. So yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Man, sometimes the Sprite just hits. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, it's all Sprite, lemon, lime. Like that's the point of Sprite.
Yeah, that's the only flavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ever try Sprite Zero?
Yes. Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
I went hard on those for a little bit. It was when I was doing that job at Facebook Meta, getting that all that stuff ready. They had corporate shit, so they had snacks out every night and we were allowed to take them, and they had a fridge stocked with like Coke Zero, Sprite Zero, so I drank them.
Yeah,
but
crazy what those tech companies have.
Yeah, I was like, look at all these snacks. Yeah. Like, you just take them. They're like, yeah. I was like, but this is like a whole wall of snacks. They were like, yeah, you can just take them
for free.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't discover their little like cafeteria with like the wraps and stuff for free till like near the end. I was like, oh my.
Man, they live lavishly.
Yeah, they do. Just amazing. Man, it's amazing when you're treated so good how creative you can be. Jeez. But
so you want to get into the poll?
Yeah, I do.
The news and stuff.
I do.
Okay. Because every week, if you didn't know, I ask you guys a question on our Instagram, and then the following episode, I share the results. So this week's question was best action hero. Who's the best action hero? And these are the options: James Bond, John Wick, Ethan Hunt, John McClane. The results are still coming in, but right now, last place with 0%, John McClane. Does that surprise you at all?
No, it doesn't. His resume is too short. So
5 movies, right?
Even though, well, yeah, but only two of them are good. One's decent,
Yeah.
and then like, even though
And that was over like almost 20 years ago.
Man, this is a good question, but I forgot to answer it. I'm looking right now.
Well, I mean, you could still answer.
I'm going to answer
It's only
right
been
now.
up for 4 hours now, so.
I'm going to go on ahead and go against the grain. And
Freaking John
Ethan.
McClane.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, let me see. So, yeah, you just made it take the lead. So, tied for second with 29% is James Bond and John Wick.
Yeah.
I am surprised because, 43% Ethan Hunt is in first. I'm surprised it's not John Wick just because, recency and I feel like he's
bias.
everywhere. He's definitely in pop culture, ingrained now.
Yeah, I like John Wick, but if we're just keeping it real about these fantasy people, like the stuff James Bond does and the stuff that Ethan Hunt does, yeah.
Yeah, Ethan Hunt, he might not win the fight, but he's getting the job done.
Yeah, he won't get the job done. And the fact that Tom Cruise does his own stunts, he's like,
well, Keanu Reeves does too. That's where I could, people vote for him. I could see that too.
But he ain't falling off planes and shit.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not skydiving, military grade heights, and
giving giving directors anxiety. Like, oh my god, how do we insure this man? Like, yeah. Tom Cruise is he's a bit of a nutter, the adrenaline junkie. So did you finish?
No, I still have to watch Dead Reckoning, but I have a week. Mission, Final Reckoning comes out next week, so But I've watched. Crazy. What is it? 6 of them? Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's wild.
I'm gonna say best action franchise ever.
Are you really? Bold statement. Yeah, bold statement.
Even like the worst of them are still fun movies.
Yeah.
And then when they're good, they're great movies.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing your list when it's over.
That'll be done next week. So
I didn't realize the significance of the Mission Impossible franchise until probably about 7-8 years ago. I read an article. It might have been before that, but they were talking about it was like a behind the scenes Hollywood business deal type article, and is that Paramount? No,
it's Paramount. Yeah,
and they were talking about negotiating deals, and one of the things that kept factoring in, they were like, "There's another Mission Impossible coming." Like they hadn't even like greenlit it yet, but they were like, but they knew they were going to be making another one, and how big of a tentpole that is for them. And I was like, that's so crazy because I've never seen one of those movies in theaters, not one. And like I told you, last one I tried to watch was Ghost Protocol. I haven't even seen any of the new ones.
See, I don't. Ghost Protocol is my second favorite.
Yeah, I only made it like 20 minutes into that movie, and then I forget what I had to do, but I didn't get to finish it.
So once that thing gets going, it's good.
Okay. I mean, good. the ones I saw, I did like. I will say that. Didn't they do a spinoff one? They never did a spinoff one. No, that was Jason Bourne. That's what it was.
Yeah,
you could have put Jason Bourne on that list too.
I almost did. But I was like, I have to put John McClane.
Yeah,
for like the OGs, I guess.
For Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
he's going through it right now. Yeah.
But guess the highest grossing Mission Impossible movie.
2.
Well, I should say guess the movie and then guess the amount. What do you think the highest one made?
No, you know what? I'm gonna say there's Ghost Protocol. What was after Ghost Protocol?
Rogue Nation.
It's Rogue Nation.
How much do you think it made?
I think it made $700 million.
Okay. It's not Rogue Nation. It didn't make. It made like 500 something.
Okay.
Oh my bad. It made like 700, but it's not the highest grossing. The highest grossing's Fallout. After Rogue Nation, yeah.
Okay.
And even then, it only made 700, which is a lot of money. But like, you think of a franchise like this one,
they've never hit $1 billion.
No, never.
Yeah,
super recognizable too.
That's why it's so crazy. Like it's like this. Like I'm gonna get you a hit. You know what I mean? It's like the Kyle Ripken of. I guess I'm gonna show up every third summer, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you a fucking hit. I might not dominate, but as franchises come and go, and if, event fatigue comes and go, people still go and see
Yeah.
Mission
And it's
Impossible.
quality. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And 700
Interesting.
million ain't nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just so interesting because I mean, it's just been around for 30 years, and there's
It's fucking
7
nuts.
of them,
It's
and
nuts.
there's none of them have been
Yeah.
like this huge, like whoa.
Phenomenon. Yeah. Yeah.
But everyone knows Mission Impossible.
Yeah. And they're actually good enough to keep making them. Yeah.
So it's just interesting to me. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Started with red light, green light.
Yeah. Very interesting series watching it from 1 to
Yeah,
most
how it's
recent one.
evolved.
Yeah, just like because originally I guess Tom Cruise wanted it to be a different director each movie, to have a different like style, I guess.
I get that.
But yeah, once Rogue Nation came out, I guess he just clicked with the director.
He was like, "It's you and me, dog, to the end."
And yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, you're literally 'Cause this is what, their third together?
Fourth. With
Wow.
with Final Reckoning, yeah, because he did Rogue Nation, Fallout, Final Reckoning, and sorry, Dead Reckoning, then
Dead
Final
Reckoning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we shall see. It's motivating me to start watching them. I just gotta find time. That's my excuse for everything.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was doing it once a week.
Yeah.
Up until it
Yeah.
came out. It's easier,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm sad. Funny thing, I was going to do this before I think Fallout came out. I was definitely in high school, and I was like, I was in
Really?
high school, and I was like, let me catch up on Mission Impossible. Let's see what it's all about.
What's this
And I
all
watched
about?
the first one. I was like 16 or something, and I was like, oh, that's not for me. I was like, why is everyone
Brian
hype
De
this
Palma.
up?
Yeah,
I
Brian
just
De
like
Palma.
I wasn't really into it. And even when I watched it just now, I was like, I mean, it's good and I respect it. And like when he's on the zip line thing,
Oh, that
still holds up. Like that's still a really great
Yeah.
sequence. But the movie itself, I'm just like, like I could live with or without it.
It's more like a noir type movie, right? Or am I wrong? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's definitely going for like at the time, a modern version of the 60s show.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah, that's your pap actually did watch. Ethan Hunt. That's a good name, Ethan Hunt. That's a good movie name.
Was he in the show too, that name?
Ethan Hunt, it was the main character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know
that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a well, it's not famous, but it's infamous clip back when MTV was relevant. They had like the Mission Impossible premiere, and they were there. And
that's cool.
Martin Landau, maybe?
Okay.
I don't want to. It's just one of those old time actors.
Yeah, he's old for sure.
And I could be wrong. I want to make sure I get it right before I say anything else. But he was at the premiere, and MTV had a VJ named Kennedy.
Okay.
And she saw him and was like, "Oh wow, Hollywood icon, whatever." And she was like, "What brings you to the premiere?" And he was like, "I was on the original show." So it was like this whole thing. Like he tore into her a little bit, and then he comes back around. Like, that's the problem with you kids. You just don't know history. Like
this is the 90s too. Jeez.
Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. But yeah, I was like, yep. So I never actually watched the original Mission Impossible, like the show.
Yeah,
but it's supposed to be like that. Your pap like that. He like Man from U.N.C.L.E. Like he'd be like, he'd be like Ilya Kyriakis. He'd say his name. He just saying his name, and I'd be like, okay, Dad. But I did like that movie too. I liked the Man from U.N.C.L.E. Like Guy Ritchie did. But yeah. So yeah, Mission Impossible. I'm tempted to do a watch myself.
You sure about me? I'm watching them, and there's just moments where I'm just floored at what's happening. I'm like, this is so good. So
wow.
Good. Yeah, wow. I'm engrossed with it, or whatever. I'm just eyes glued to the screen, like, oh my, let's go. Ethan Hunt.
Yeah, he's that dude.
He is.
He's that dude. I ain't gonna lie. I might have done. Yeah, it was Martin Landau. I might have done the Henry Cavill arm thing in class the other day. I might have done it, but it works though. It just shakes that. It shakes your
Chase him
arms.
out, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, man. But I went too far because first I did like the fucking Mark Wahlberg like over your head thing he did in Fighter. I did that first, and then I came down and did the Ethan Hunt. I mean
It's too
the
much.
Henry Cavill. Yeah, I went too far.
Much.
I went too far.
Much. You have to pick one.
Yeah, I know. I was just feeling myself.
The Henry Cavill one's more practical.
Yeah.
Going
Yeah.
down with it.
Yeah. I would probably try to kick me.
That Fallout's really good. So
yeah, Cavill being Cavill. Yeah. So Mission Impossible. So that was our poll.
Mm-hmm. I personally voted for Ethan Hunt. So
yeah, I mean, he's earned it. He has earned it. You know. Do you want to slip into what? Trailers, news?
Yeah, that's kind of all we have this episode. News and trailers.
Yeah, news and trailers. The Spider-Man Noir trailer dropped. Did you see it?
I didn't. Is this a movie or a show?
It's a movie, and Spider-Man Noir, for those of you who don't know, is a character. I mean, he's a comic character from had like a couple one-shots, couple miniseries, but he also is a character in the Into the Spider-Verse films. Is when he first showed up. He was voiced by Nicolas Cage. Well, lo and behold,
favorite.
Yeah, lo and behold, they greenlit a Spider-Man Noir movie, and this whole time I thought it was going to be a cartoon, but it's not. It's actually a movie. Really? And it stars Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man Noir. And it looks good. It's black and white. And it's noir. Now, I'm interested in seeing what like the industry has to say about this movie and what the expectations are for this movie, because this movie isn't going to be for everybody. It's a black and white, basically like old school private detective movie that happens to have a Spider-Man in it, and it's not the Spider-Man.
Where'd you watch this trailer? I'm sorry,
but I don't know. I watched like 3 of them.
Okay.
Oh, you're looking. You think it's
I'm really trying to find because I wanted to watch it.
I'll find it. Here we go. This is
I know
my
your
son
favorite Emergency Awesome just posted one.
But oh my god, I don't mess with Emergency Awesome anymore. Actually, I think it might have been sent to me. But anyways.
Because I know they were making that.
Oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I'm hyped up over some fan stuff again. Who knows?
It's fake, yeah.
Is it really fake?
Yeah, there's nothing from a credible source.
Wow. Well, hey, don't blame me. It's okay. Well, sorry, people.
They are making this, though.
That movie, and there are so many of these, but are you sure?
Yes. If Sony Entertainment Week, if no media outlet is posting it, it's not real.
My bad.
These are fan-made channels.
My bad. Oh, hey, man, it's a good trailer. I tell you what. Well, people, my bad.
Oh my gosh.
You should have. See, we were in a hurry to get started and you didn't get to vet me. This is what happens. I ran with it, though. I don't know, bud. There's a lot of first looks on here, too.
Well, they could be first looks, but it's not a trailer. So people took those first looks and made their own.
Well, maybe that's what I meant. I just call everything a trailer. I don't know. Maybe that's what I meant. But it's real footage. I'm telling you.
AI is also getting really good these days.
Oh, it is. It is. Well, I don't know, people. Take a chance. Look up Spider-Man Noir and tell me what you think. Tell me if you think it's real.
It's not real.
It's not. I don't know. First official look right there. It's on Reddit.
Reddit.
I'm just saying. It says official.
Okay. I'm trying to find actual stuff. Well, if it is real, cool.
Oh, sorry. Top Stories. It is actually a series. I'm all messed up. Damn.
Who's making the series?
It says Prime. No, that can't be right.
Yeah, I saw that headline just now.
Yeah, first look on MSN. Their first look, yeah, is giving Sin City vibes in the best way possible. So see, I wasn't completely wrong.
Okay, it's a first look. Okay.
Okay, sorry, people. It wasn't a trailer. It was a first look.
Amazon's making that. That's interesting.
Who knows? But it looks good. Well, looks good. See,
That's
back
also
on track.
cool. It's Nicolas Cage is still the guy.
Well, I mean, yeah, his Spider-Man Noir was cool, and he'll play it cool.
Funny. Mm-hmm.
I just what I was saying. I guess it's a series now too, not a movie. I don't know if it's going to be for everybody because you know what I mean. With what we're doing with what do you call it, like superhero fatigue, you know?
Yeah.
And there's the fact that people like their Spider-Man to be a certain way, you know. So a different take on a classic character isn't for everybody. I'm here for it. I'll watch it.
But the caveat is superior fatigue happens when you're not giving us quality stuff.
Yeah, but then but I'm saying if you're fatigued, are you gonna even try it out?
I think if it looks promising, people will try it out. But if you give us a trailer and it's like, what is this? What is this mess? But if it looks interesting and compelling, people will check it out. I mean, last year everyone was talking about the Penguin show. No one wanted.
No one wanted, but that shit
Everyone
was great.
He's
a villain, boy, man.
Yeah. So if they gave us Sin City Spider-Man, look, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, Sin City 1.
Oh yeah.
Forget about the second Sin City.
They made a second one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm kidding. Yeah,
how many years after the fact did they make the second Sin City?
It was close to 10.
That's what I thought. It was way too long.
Close.
Like
it was way too long.
It was like this seemed really cool the first time you did it, but now, yeah. Well, okay.
Did you have other news with Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, so we'll roll into the other first look involving Nicolas Cage, who seems to be having a moment. Madden, the movie. It's the story of John Madden. There was a first look of Nicolas Cage as John Madden.
Interesting casting.
Fat suit and all.
Yeah.
Can you say fat suit now? Well, I get in trouble for that.
Yeah, it's a fat suit.
It's a fat suit. Say it. Made him fat. So, and Christian Bale as
he won't need a fat suit.
As Al Davis. And I don't know how much you know about Al Davis, the legendary owner of the Raiders. That motherfucker he was wild. That's all I'm gonna say. Like he was a trailblazer. He was a rebel. He was a lot of things. He was the reason why the Raiders were great, and he was the reason why they fell off. Like, you know, like I mean, they could have named the movie Al Davis and kept the casting exactly the same, and I'd watch either one of those movies. I'll watch the Mad movie, and I'll watch an Al Davis
Madden's
movie.
more marketable.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, they're both very interesting people. Like, so it's gonna be if the movie focuses on Madden's time with the Raiders, that 1980 Super Bowl they won, you know, and his relationship with Al Davis as the owner of the Raiders, I'm all for that. Like, that's gonna be good stuff. Like Al Davis, I think it's just the sports heads that could correct me. I think like even before like the NFL, before the merger, I think he was the commissioner of the AFL. Which is now like the AFC conference. Yeah. I think, he was a big dog. Like it's just, I'm old.
But Christian Bale is good, so.
Yeah, Christian Bale's good, so he's going to just tear it up. Yeah. Like, I mean, Al Davis was, you know, bald, combing his hair back. Like just see as a character, man. And Madden was Madden. Like.
It's so interesting they picked Nicolas Cage.
I mean, there has to be a reason why they chose him. He's still a good actor.
He's still a good actor, and he does so many movies a year.
Well, he needs to because he has no money.
Yeah,
like he's not lying about it. He's
yeah,
like,
I know. Didn't.
Yeah, he's like, I'll do anything, and every once in a while they throw him something good. But it's weird because he's become like a meme or like a joke, but he's still good. Like,
yeah, he's a meme, but people still enjoy the stuff he's in.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Like that movie where he was playing a guy showing up in people's dreams. I still want to see that movie.
Scenario.
That looks super interesting. Like it makes you it's just I guess is that meta? Something, is that like a premise? Is that premise meta? Like the idea that like there's some guy that's in the background of like everybody's dream, like, and then people start realizing it and they see him in real life, like, hey, like, you were in my dream last night. But that's wild. But yeah. So that first look just came out.
Did they say when that's coming?
I don't know. That I don't know. The Ironheart trailer dropped.
The latest Disney Plus show coming out in
The
June.
latest, yeah.
June.
It'll
Just
be
got a trailer.
it's gonna come out in June 4th. It'll be over by June 8th.
Yeah.
You know, the way they're dropping episodes now in bunches. I'm like, come on, man.
I could see them doing, even for that one, just all at once.
Look,
so I'm going to talk about what Ironheart is and what we thought of the trailer.
You tell them.
So if you watch Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2, they introduced Ironheart. I forget her character's name.
Riri Wilson.
Oh, okay. Good memory. Yeah, so it's just her show. Like we said, it's coming out in June next month. The trailer, I really don't know why it's getting all the hate it's getting, because it doesn't look like it's gonna be bad. Like,
I'm sorry, it's Riri Williams. Riri Williams. Yeah,
close enough. It doesn't look bad. Like, do I think it will be great? No, I'll be surprised. I will be surprised if it's a good show. But it's getting so much hate, and I'm just like, why?
Yeah,
it's be a 6-episode show.
I mean, it's that weird thing. I think I don't know. I don't want to be like, they hated She-Hulk, they hated Captain Marvel, and now they're hating Riri. But sometimes I really just feel like they just, it's like, and here we go again. Yeah, you're mad because you think they're trying to make Iron Man a woman, and it's just like, come on, people, can we just like tell a story? And
like She-Hulk, I can see why people don't like. I don't understand if they hate it, but I could see like, oh, that's not your type of show. But for this, it's like, just based on the trailer alone, the backlash it's getting, I'm like, can we at least watch it?
Right. Yeah, because I think it's going to be, it's definitely not going to be Iron Man. No. You know what I mean? It's like, she grew up in the hood. She's a freaking genius. She goes to MIT. She made her own suit of armor. She's already helped save the world once. Well, not the world, but Wakanda. And she kind of didn't. But anyways,
she was there.
She was there. But so I mean, I'm interested in it. She's a good actress. You know what I mean? Like, so
the effects look good too. Like the suit and stuff.
Even though, you know what's funny, when I saw her suit, I was like, oh, cool. And then I thought to myself, I said, is the whole concept of Iron Man less impressive than it was 10 years ago? Like, yeah,
because
you know what I mean?
You say that, because she said, the one guy asked her like, oh, I forget, like, what do you want to be or something, or where do you want your legacy to be? And she's like, iconic. And I was reading the comments, and they're like, so you make something that is already existing.
Right.
Like, that already exists. Like, you're making your invention is an Iron Man suit.
It's an Iron Man suit, right?
There's 2 dozen of them.
Yeah, there really are.
But but yeah, you're right. It's like less impressive just because we see it all the time. And I will say her suit reminds me of like Mecha, like anime Mecha.
It's less like I agree. Which is crazy because in the comic it's actually super streamlined.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's not
like kind of like a android or something.
Yeah, it's not bulky. It's like you can tell it's like she's in it. I think you can see her face, in the suit. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, she's a result of that early 2000 teen-ish, whatever that 2010s.
Yeah.
When they were changing everything at Marvel. Wolverine was a girl. Sam Wilson was Captain America. Tony Stark was an AI, and so they replaced him with Riri. So there was a lot of stuff that got shaken up.
So wild they're doing that in the MCU too.
I feel like
got backlash.
Well, I feel like I told you I just read that article about Marvel in Wall Street Journal, and it really talks about a lot of like stuff like, it's surprising they're doing it, but a lot of those things, the ball got rolling so long ago that like they didn't step in to stop it. It just kept rolling.
But like,
so
you knew 10 years ago, people did not like in the comics Tony Stark not being Iron Man, Steve
Well,
Rogers not being Cap, XYZ. And even with all the stuff that happened that it was out of Marvel's hands in the MCU, they still had those
they still.
pieces in place to do that. And it's like, why would you do that if you knew?
Why would you? I mean, but look at Sam Wilson, Captain America. Like by the time Cap handed him that shield at the end of Infinity War or Endgame, yeah, everybody that was reading comics was already like sick as Sam being Captain America.
Yeah.
So
it's
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
would...
So it's I don't know why they do. It's like they don't pay attention.
And that was before all the stuff in that article,
yeah,
happened. This was
so it's
pre-COVID.
like it's just pay attention to like your fan base, and maybe but that shows that may be a little out of touch. That article says that there was a point when they were making She-Hulk. The only note Kevin Feige gave them was he like looked in and said something about the hat that AI was wearing. Remember at the end when it's wearing
where it's Kevin,
that was
the robot.
Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, that only note he gave them was about the hat on the whole series. So it's like, yeah, he was had a lot on his plate for most of Phase 4 and all of
you can tell.
Yeah, but apparently he's going to be more hands-on now, and they're going back to 2, maybe 3 movies a year, 1 to 2 series a year. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully the quality will return.
That.
The Marvel that we loved, and he's in there, and they're doing more standalone stuff. They say. Because I think they said, what movie was it they were saying in that article was what started the shoehorning in of overarching. Oh, it was Avengers Age of Ultron. Like when they started trying to fit in like the Infinity Stone stuff. Like, and I guess Whedon really pushed back against it because he was like, "You're messing with my story."
Yeah,
and
makes sense. You can see it in that movie.
Yeah, you can see it in that movie. There's stuff that doesn't make sense.
And after that, that's when they really catapulted into the direction of Thanos.
Yep. I mean, at the end though, we got Endgame. But I don't know if people want to.
But I do remember seeing Black Panther in theaters, and after, my friends being like, "Man, I liked how that was like a standalone movie."
Yeah.
That was right before Infinity War.
Yeah. I really thought they were going to find a Infinity Stone in Wakanda, and that was going to explain the vibranium. I really do. I remember that.
Saying that. Yeah.
I was like, that's when they explain the vibranium. But it didn't. But yeah, so we'll see. I guess we'll slide over to Marvel's distinguished competition. That's DC Comics, people.
Yeah.
See what I did there? The latest
DCU.
Yeah. The latest Superman trailer dropped.
Yeah.
Did you watch
it? The main trailer. Like
the first trailer. Those other ones were teasers. They're all trailers to me.
I know. Yeah, they are. No, you're right. Because someone told me, like, did you see the Superman trailer? And I was like, they released another trailer?
Yeah.
This is like the last one I saw. I was like, that was pretty meaty. There was a lot to it.
Yeah.
But this one, after seeing it, I was like, oh, no, this is a trailer. Like, they're actually revealing stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you text me. It's going to be
skeptical.
You text me. It's going to be the hardest.
It is.
Everybody loves it, man. Everybody loves it, and I'm not doubting James Gunn, but I just get this weird feeling. I don't know why.
What? Oh my gosh!
No, I'm hoping it's good. No, but this is me.
It's gonna be good. The whole trailer's better than anything we got from Zack Snyder's verse.
Oh yeah, you're right about that. But
I know that part is slow. But.
Here's the thing I found interesting. I'm just gonna say interesting. I didn't say this like me and my main man Matt Sergi talked about it. He loved it. I think it's going to be really good. I'm sure I'll be happy with it. But I thought it was interesting. I'm gonna put my pen down. I thought it would be interesting that in that trailer, Lois knew. So I thought, oh, this isn't an origin story. Okay, cool. And then I got the impression that they're not romantically entangled. At some point in this film, they're not. Maybe that leads to that. But I don't know. It's a very bold take on it. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Very bold, and I hope it pans out.
Yes.
I do,
So
but
you're skeptical because
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
surprised this was an origin story because we have
Yeah, I knew. I mean,
Green
yeah,
Lantern, we
yeah,
have all
yeah,
this stuff,
yeah, and but I just,
and I don't want them together already. There's always a love
yeah, but I'm
plot
just,
that's intriguing.
I know, but
We see them
I just
flying and kissing in the trailer.
did we though? Were they kissing in that? At
Maybe
the
they're not, but they're gonna kiss.
yeah,
We know
because
Lois Lane is
in this
Superman.
trailer, but I know, but I'm saying, but I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'm optimistic. I'm excited for it. I want it to be great and awesome, but
I don't know. I really don't understand how you have any
I don't know. Maybe I'm just nervous.
skepticism.
Maybe I want it to be good so bad that I'm just scared. Okay, I don't know.
I think you're scared. Yeah.
So, but like I have no complaints about the guy that's playing Superman. I don't like his haircut, I guess, but other than that, I like him. I like Lois. I guess my Mongol theory that was going to be the guy that punched Superman, that's gone. But oh well.
We still don't know though. They still haven't
The
showed him, which
internet's
is cool.
the internet's saying, that spoilers that's Ultraman, and because he has a U on his chest. But then
When
I'm
did we
like,
see that? Did they show it?
yeah, you see it, but also if you look above the U, there's something that looks like a moon. Like it's like a dark circle above the U, and so I'm still holding on to my that's
like
Midnighter.
Nightwing and
like Midnighter has a moon on his chest, like like a dark moon, and like Apollo has like a sun. Like they're the same shape, but Midnighter's is dark. It's like black and dark gray, and Apollo's is white and yellow. So I'm still hoping that that's Midnighter and not Ultraman, because for it to be Ultraman, they're going to have to do something dumb to make it Ultraman. But and I really think that the girl with all the mech stuff that was happening, I still believe that's the engineer. So I still think it's going to be the Authority. That's
they
my
said
thoughts.
they're making the Authority movie,
and they're making an Authority movie, so it makes sense. But the thing is, Midnighter can't punch Superman like that, so there's still hope that it's Mongol, but probably won't be. But I wonder if they would do Apollo, because with Midnighter in the Authority, you get Apollo, and Apollo's basically a Superman level character. But I don't know. I don't know if they would do that, but it would make sense. Like you saw the part in the trailer when he says, "Hey, bud, up here," and then he takes off in the sky. I'm like, well, the person coming after him has to be able to fly. So who's that going to be?
Well, yeah. I mean, when he's getting punched in the stadium, he's flying.
Well, was he flying?
The guy is pushing
was.
him flying.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Was that the same guy from this trailer? I thought that guy was purple. I really did.
You never saw him from.
Yeah, it was Mongol. But I don't know. I am looking forward to it, but I am excited. I'm just nervous, I guess. I'm just nervous. So
yeah, I'll tell you what I like.
What do you like?
Okay, one, from the get-go, you can see the switch between Clark and Superman just with the voice.
With the voice. Yeah, buddy.
He's taking it back to
yeah, buddy. Look, bud.
You can just hear it.
Yeah, I said it to Sergi. I said he did it with the voice. That was dope. He said, "Well, Lois."
Yeah.
And
yeah. So that was already good.
Yeah, true.
And then even this whole rant, it's already showing us that they're treating the Superman like a human.
Yes.
Like he's getting mad and passionate that she's questioning him. And he's like, and he just wanted to save people because they're going to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we're not getting like God, Superman, or,
nope.
Like he's above these people or whatever. Or if he was outcast. No, he's a boy raised on Kansas.
Thank you, bud.
So
Breach.
We already got this in 30 seconds of a trailer.
Breach.
Which I thought was good.
No, you're right.
And then it looks like a uplifting, like you have a casual man lifting Superman up from the ground.
Yeah.
In a fight.
Yeah.
So the people are backing him. Like, I think this is going to show you why Superman is like the archetype for superheroes, or he's supposed to, at least.
Yeah, we're getting a John Byrne Superman, which is cool because they're stressing a man over the super.
Yeah,
and the symbol that he is for people. That's Mark Waid, actually. Mark Waid was the one that said the S means hope. That was him.
Let's
Yeah.
hope they don't do that for this one. But everything
Well, I don't
else,
think he's going to say that, but I'm just saying. But Superman is a symbol
yeah, for hope.
for hope. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and it's looking like they're doing that. And then, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor looks dope. He sounds dope.
Mm-hmm.
I like him as an actor. So we finally got to hear him talk.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. He's better than Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, a lot better.
That was strange casting.
It was. And then we saw Crypto, and people are Crypto's not gonna die, but as soon as Crypto gets hit, people are gonna be upset.
People are gonna be upset, and Superman's gonna ball somebody up. You don't mess with a man's dog ever.
Yeah,
ever. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. It's gonna be probably the biggest movie of the summer that I can think of.
Yeah, I'm honestly nervous that it's not gonna outperform Fantastic Four,
Really,
or even Minecraft. I don't like Minecraft. I think it's at 900 mil worldwide.
that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. I just, for some reason, I don't think Superman will make a bill.
Have any of them?
I mean, adjusted for inflation, the 78 one, yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, did like any of the Zack Snyder's come even close?
Batman versus Superman was 800. But that's a whole other conversation. Like, that should have been $1 billion, but it should have been. It was movie.
Like it was a no brainer. Yeah, that should have been a slam dunk. Like $2 billion. Let's go. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't. It wasn't. I don't know.
It's a bad movie.
I went to see that with Ryan, and we were just standing outside, like afterwards. Like, I mean, it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, that movie's bad.
We were just like, it just. I don't know.
Aquaman made $1 billion. Forgot about that one. That was China.
China was like, ooh.
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all. That movie's not good. Like,
it's better than Batman versus Superman.
I forget those movies exist. I do.
Yeah, that's why I forgot. I was like, oh shoot, that made $1 billion.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
it's entertaining. That's popcorn entertainment for sure.
Yeah, you've said that multiple times. Like, it's I don't know. I think Superman will outperform Fantastic Four. I want Fantastic Four to do well.
Me too.
Just for so many reasons, but I do not expect it to all of a sudden be this blockbuster that everybody's talking about. I mean, I wanted to do well. I wanted to be good, but I don't think everybody's going to rush out to see it.
Superman or Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four. But Superman, people are so weird about Superman. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. You're playing with your pen.
Yeah, I am. I just
they
feel
are
like
weird with Superman. It's
it deserves
the legacy of Superman.
Well, people for all the reasons people love Superman, it's the same reason other people don't like him. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I'm the first one. I'm the first one to say there's Superman people, there's Batman people, but I still like Superman. Like, I gravitate more towards Batman as a character, but I still like Superman. And I like if what we're seeing in the trailer, I like that type of Superman. Like I save people because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Like and I'm above what the government's telling me. Like, people are in danger. Like, but when he was like, I stopped the war, and she was like, did you? And I was like, ooh. I was like, because I think she's trying to explain to him that there's more nuance to what.
There's a lot of dominoes.
Yeah, but he's like, I'm just trying to keep people alive. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm like, I get it. But we'll see. We will see.
Yeah,
what there is to see.
I hope it does well. It's gonna do well. I hope it goes above people's expectations.
Yeah, there's a lot. I
it's
think
just,
on the
2 weeks later, Fantastic Four comes out, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
And that's gonna get money because people have been waiting for Fantastic Four, and then Doomsday's next year. It's the movie right before Doomsday, so it's.
Mm-hmm. I just saw an interesting thing on the internet, and I was telling you about being a comic snob the other day, and they were talking about it was like something to do with the timeline when Tony Stark went back in time and Endgame, and his dad told him,
Oh yeah.
that his wife was expecting, and Tony looked all confused because apparently that was way before Tony was born. Like it was months before Tony would have been. So he was like, sort of like, what if Tony Stark's adopted? So I read that and I was like, that's funny you said that because Tony Stark actually is adopted. I was like, yeah, I was like, but people don't really know that.
And that's gonna be Doom.
And they're saying so really, Doom isn't a variant of Tony Stark. Tony Stark is a variant of Doom. Get it? You see what I'm saying?
No.
Because he actually, because Tony Stark's adopted. So they're saying that he was supposed to be Doctor Doom. Is what they're trying to say this whole time. So the Tony Stark that we know and love is actually a variant of Doctor Doom that was adopted by the Starks. Yeah, there was a headcanon. There was a storyline probably a decade ago where it came out that Tony Stark was adopted. I don't know if that's still canon now. But it was a really interesting concept that, like, there's this whole storyline about all this stuff that the Starks were doing to save their kid. And it ends up not being Tony. And then they adopt Tony at the end of the story. And you're like, wait, what? Like, yeah, you're like, wait, that's not Tony? Yeah, so, yeah, it was a pretty, I forget what was the secret origin of Tony Stark.
Cool twist, but I don't like that. Just because, like, how you adopt this genius kid from nowhere.
I mean, they didn't know.
Yeah, I know. I know they didn't know, but it's just obviously it's fake. But like Howard Stark is this genius.
Yeah, he's a genius.
What are the odds he adopts a kid that's smarter than him?
That's smarter than him. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
like, it just makes sense that he's his blood son, like genetics.
Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. I'm just saying in the comic, he was adopted. It may have changed.
Okay, well, that's a cool twist. So I guess.
So we'll see, because things change just to suit writers nowadays. But I'm still looking forward to all that stuff. I'm looking forward to what's to come. And we'll see. We'll see. I got my first purchase on Whatnot. I don't know if you people know out there, but Whatnot is it's like we're not sponsored by them, but it's an app and they just do live auctions and they sell everything just like eBay, but it's live. It's live, and I've been playing with Whatnot for probably about a month now. But I just wouldn't pull the trigger. I wouldn't buy anything. I tried like twice and didn't have all my information in. I got pissed off because like there were like books that I could have got for a really good price. Yeah. Because the beautiful thing, in my opinion, of Whatnot is not the big auctions. It's the smaller auctions that have less people in them, because you'll come across things that, if they start at a fair price, there aren't as many people bidding. So you'll get it for lower than if you're in some huge auction.
Like an auction.
Yeah. But you got to find the smaller ones and hope they have what you have. So I bought my first book finally last week. It came today.
What was it?
It was X-Men 125. It's kind of an iconic cover. Phoenix, a silhouette of the Phoenix. Jean Grey in the middle, Colossus down here. Early John Byrne stuff. First appearance of Mutant X, aka Proteus. It's
that's a cool cover.
Yeah, it's about probably about $150 book.
Wow.
I got it for $35 on Whatnot.
Yeah.
And I was the only one that bid on it. So I get it.
7.5 on eBay is $84.99.
Really?
7.5 grade. Yeah.
Well, okay.
I'm just saying, like, that's.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
yeah, for 7.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because 7. So a 9.8 is probably.
Yeah, more than 150. Yeah.
Yeah, more than 150. So I got my copy today. So it took about a week for everything. I won the auction, processed it, shipped, whatever. Got it today. Opened it up, and there's another comic book in there with it. So they sent me a complimentary X-Men book that I already have, but it was still cool.
It's nice.
Yeah, they sent me like X-Men 297. So I was like, oh, cool. So then I'm looking at my book, and what I learned is this: I should definitely do Whatnot on my iPad, not on my phone. so I can just see it better. And it's a mid grade. It's mid grade. No, it's probably like a 7.5. It's probably what it is. It's gonna need a little bit of loving, to get it where I want it. But I'm happy I got it to help complete my run, and I
Okay.
didn't overspend on it, so I don't feel like I wasted money. But it's not like I'm like, oh my god, this is a 9.8, because it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. And for me, that's always difficult for me because you know how I am. I don't be buying like beat up books, but it's not beat up, but it's not pristine. But I'm happy overall with the purchase, and I would do it again. But I would definitely do it on my iPad so I can see better. So because he showed the book, like he was like showing it, and I'm like, oh, it looks all right. But yeah. So yeah, X-Men, Uncanny X-Men 125. So I have less than 20 issues of Uncanny X-Men to go, and
That's
I will
crazy.
be done. Yeah.
From 74 or something?
70s. Yeah, something like that. I mean,
That's gonna be the one.
The last two, I'll probably, I don't know, unless some old lady dies and and they haven't established. But X-Men, I told you, Uncanny X-Men 94 9.8 just sold for $52,000.
What?
So if I gotta find out at like a garage sale or something, because I ain't never gonna be able to buy that. Although we do know someone who owns a copy. So
Who?
Who
Don't
you
name
think?
drop.
Huh?
Don't name drop.
I don't, because I don't want someone to show up and try to rob him.
Oh.
but yeah, you know him. I know him.
They own.
Yeah.
What is it? What issue is it?
Uncanny X-Men 94, the second appearance of the new X-Men.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Why is that so expensive?
It's the second appearance of the whole new team. After Giant Size X-Men 1, I introduced Storm, Colossus, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the second appearance of them all. So, yeah.
You better get it before the MCU.
Well,
Before
I ain't gonna get
debut
enough.
in the MCU.
Hey, if there's any old, hey, look, you know that one lady passed away, and I was hitting her nephew up about the collection.
Oh, oh
So,
my gosh.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey man, what's up with them books? What you gonna do? He was like, what? I was like,
You're like,
she left
sorry
you
about your loss.
I was like, sorry about your loss. So what you gonna do with them comics, man? He was like, I don't know. I'm like, do you want them? I was like, come on, man. It was literally like, I'm like, yo, she has a legendary collection, man. What you gonna do? But yeah, he didn't sell them. He's just sitting on them. Probably pressed you. I had your sister hitting him up like, yo, ask so and so, what's up?
I'll ask you after.
Yeah. But it was a collection that I heard about when I was in junior high. All right. And then when she passed like 3 years ago and left them to like her great nephew, I was like, what? I was like, Deja, you know
How
him?
did she get them?
She collected. She was a collector. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, her nephew, I was friends with him, and he had told me, he knew I collected comics. Like, my aunt has a whole bunch of comic books. She's been collecting comic books her whole life. And like, I was like, really? That's cool.
Wow.
And then like, she was old and still collected comics and had all her old comics, and then left them to her great nephew. And I need to probably text him. So I haven't hit him up in a while. I'll be like, hey man, you still got them books? What's up? But anyways. Yeah.
Man.
so yeah, but that was my Whatnot adventure. So yeah.
Yeah. That would be cool. They should be casting that movie here soon.
Yeah, I keep seeing fan casts, and as long as the girl from Wicked doesn't get cast as Storm, I don't care what else happens.
No, I don't think
I'm like, just don't do that. If they do that, I might boycott. Old. That's what I mean. Like, just don't do it. But everybody's like, that's what it needs to be. No, it does not. No, it does not. It needs to be like the girl.
I think they're good at like doing like kind of no name people.
Yeah.
MCU. I shouldn't say no name, but like people that don't have a long resume. I mean, more recently they've gotten big names, and that's usually when you're like, oh wow, so and so's in this now.
Yeah.
But I mean, like Tom Holland, no one knew who he was. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't.
They're good at.
Yeah.
I mean, even like Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah. That's how he made his name. Yeah. No, you're right. Even Chris Evans,
part, even Chris Evans, like he was in a couple things. People didn't know his name. Really.
Yeah, he wasn't a household name by any means. Yeah. So Scarlett Johansson was more of a I want to say like an indie type actress. You think about it.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know RDJ was down on his luck.
Unemployable.
Yeah. I mean, off the top of my head, thinking of people who were well established. It was like Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor
Yes,
Strange.
that was
That
a
was
big
kind of like,
cast when
yeah,
they
that was
got
like a
when it.
whoa, because you're just
Hmm.
coming off like an Oscar nomination.
Yeah, yeah, it was like he's playing Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have like, oh, Michael Keaton.
Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, yeah. You have
Yeah,
like people like, oh, only doing this one movie or
yeah,
something.
yeah,
But like when with the people for multiple movies and stuff, the heroes, they're kind of unknown.
yeah. I agree. I agree. They definitely made their name off of the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
That dude.
What an interesting career.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's played
Long
like
career, I guess.
He's had a long career and played like 3 likable characters and all.
Mm-hmm.
He usually plays like a jerk
Yeah.
very well, which makes me wonder. But I'm just saying he
No, I
does.
get what you're saying, because even like I'm sure he's a nice guy. We don't know him, but like on the red carpet and stuff events, I'm like, there's some weird vibes.
Yeah, I think his
I don't know.
saving grace is his relationship with Sebastian Stan. That seems like
Yeah.
that makes him seem like, oh, he's alright.
Mm-hmm.
Because man, Clarence had really good parents. Like,
Yes.
I'm like, oh man, yeah. But yeah.
Another trailer came out this week was Nobody 2, the sequel for the Bob Odenkirk Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Same company that makes the John Wick movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, second one coming
Wait,
out
I
in
don't think I knew
August.
that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that same. I forget the studio name, but yeah, they do John Wick, and they did Bullet Train, that stuff.
I want to see Bullet Train. You watched that?
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Far from perfect.
So tell me about Mr. Nobody 2.
So I have not seen Nobody 1, but I'm going to, because I actually heard it's pretty fun. And I want to see Nobody 2. Like it, like I like Bob Odenkirk, so it's always nice just to see him working. And yeah, it's gonna be a low stakes movie, but a fun one to check out. The premise is, obviously he's like he's a hitman or something.
But
I don't know if he's a government agent, but he has a family, and it's like, you've been gone for months, like, why don't you spend some time with us? He's like, okay, let's go on vacation. And then he like takes him on vacation, and like he has like a teenage son and like a preteen daughter. And then he finds out like where they're staying. It's like a corrupt town with like corrupt cops and whatnot. And then like his agency's like, please tell me you're not staying there. And he's like, I am. It's like, okay, we're gonna have to settle this. So that's like the premise.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And he's like trying to teach his son, like, well, you shouldn't solve stuff with like violence or something. He's like, but you do.
But yeah, but you do. He's like, yeah, I mean, don't do as I say, not as I do. Yeah. I'll check that out.
Definitely a dad movie.
Yeah, I like Odenkirk. That's like probably be a nice Tuesday night movie, me and your mom.
Yeah. Especially in August. I don't think anything's coming out in August.
Eating some popcorn in bed. Anyways, I'm sorry. The other night, me and your mom were watching TV. We were watching Mobland. And if you're not watching Mobland, people, watch Mobland. Very good movie.
Okay.
Guy Ritchie. Good show. Anyways, we both were hungry. And I was like, man, I wish we had some chips or something. And your mom was like, we have, whatever, tortillas. And I was like, you want to eat those in bed? And she was like, yeah, I don't care. She was like, but if you spill the salsa, I'm going to be real mad. I was like, your mom.
Like mom, yeah.
Yeah, she was 100% like okay with me eating tortilla chips in bed. But if I would have dropped any salsa on her sheet, she'd have been pissed. I was like, that's so funny. That's my baby. But anyways, yeah, side note. Yeah.
So that's coming out.
Yeah.
And this isn't a trailer, but it just came out, I think today. Avatar Studios was made by Nickelodeon to make the next Avatar, the Last Airbender installments. So they just had a title, The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender, October 9th, 2026, in theaters. Big announcement.
Yeah. I saw that and I didn't say anything because I thought maybe that was fake. But I guess it wasn't.
Well, when, Nickelodeon verified account posts something.
I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying.
It's gonna be real.
It's gonna be real. Yeah, that's exciting. That's super
That is
exciting.
exciting. In
Yeah,
theaters.
yeah,
OG
yeah.
characters. Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
all I
god,
got.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna be
Yeah.
dope. It's gonna be
Mhm.
dope. Yeah, I was watching Avatar clips the other day, so yeah, it's gonna be dope.
It's gonna be good. Yeah.
Yeah, Toph Beifong, Sokka. Yeah, buddy. Can't wait. Can't wait. God, that was a great series.
Yeah. It'll be
Great
good.
series. Yeah,
It'll
yeah.
be good. And it has
Mm.
since grown a fan base, so it should do good
Oh,
too.
isn't that crazy? That's
Mhm.
amazing. That's like a beautiful thing, to be honest with you. Like something like that, like,
Mhm.
and it deserves it. It ain't like me telling you like you should be watching He-Man Master Universe. It was amazing. Then you watch and you're like, what the hell is this? Like, you know, if
No,
you tell,
Avatar is
yeah,
like yeah.
yeah, you tell somebody to watch
Very good
Last
show.
Airbender, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh wow, that was so good. You're like, yeah, it's dope.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's actually like
And
lives up to the hype.
timeless. The only thing that
Yes,
ages it is the animation, and even not by much. So
not by much.
Yeah.
I'll watch his final battle over and over again. I really will. It's crazy too, because when you think about like Korra, and you saw like all the advancements that were made in like bending and all that stuff, but I'll still take the first series over that any day.
Yeah,
Any day.
it's definitely more thought out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, even just like the style of how they bended and stuff. You know, just
Yeah.
months of studying
Yeah,
different martial arts.
martial
and
arts.
Stuff.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
they did a good job building that world. A funny thing I always see is people will be like, when Aang had hair, like he was on one, and it showed like the clip of the one guy that shot stuff from his brain. Remember?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It
Boom
was
Boom
like
Man.
yeah, boom, yeah, and it like Aang like airbended the explosion,
Yes,
pushed
yes,
off from that explosion, flew in the
yes,
air, turned around, and like Superman punched this Earth
yes,
column and landed. And
yes.
all the comments are like, "That's not Aang, that's Kuzan."
That's
Remember his
yeah, that was his name. Yeah,
bending name?
yeah, it's Kuzan.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
would just see clips of that. I'd be like, that's
Yeah,
funny.
I forgot about when he had hair. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for a couple
that's right.
episodes.
That's right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, there were some scenes in Avatar that were like the one with the when they met the fortune teller and they told Katara she was gonna fall in love with a powerful bender,
Oh yeah.
and then the volcano erupts. And they're trying to stop the lava, and Aang bends all that. Oh
Yeah.
my
And
god!
Sokka's like, man, he's one strong bender or something.
Yeah, and she's like,
what'd you say? I said Aang's one strong bender.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Good stuff, man.
And that was a slow burn. I mean, nothing happened till season 3.
Yeah, till the end, really.
Yeah. Till the end. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, till the end. Till the end.
Till
Yeah.
the very last episode. Very last shot. Spoiler of the whole show.
Yeah, of the whole
when
show
you get
is that
confirmation.
But
I mean, there's hints here and there, and like, oh,
yeah,
won't they?
Will they or won't they? Yeah, because remember the little in the tunnel in like season 1.
That was season 2, but yeah,
season
you're
2.
like,
Aang thinks she's about it. Now he's like, she about it. No, she ain't.
And then like, I mean, you always have the Zatara shippers, Zuko and Katara, which I heard the Netflix series like really pushing that.
Really?
If you're watching it. Well, not pushing it, but people are like, I think they're gonna do this for season 2.
Oh,
so,
God.
Yeah, that exactly. But
yeah, I mean, there was definite chemistry between Zuko and Katara, but that added to the thing with her and Aang. Aang's like, what the fuck, yo?
Yeah,
like we're trying to help you out, and you trying to take my girl.
And it's like not one of those. And the chemistry wasn't like, usually when they introduce a character to distract from, the main character's love interest, you usually hate that character.
Yeah, but at that point,
get him out the picture. But at this point, you're like, Zuko, he's not too bad.
Yeah, Zuko grew on you. Yeah, he had some issues. Yeah, and the dynamic of Zuko and her, as opposed to her and Aang, was totally different.
Yeah,
and that's what made like, well, damn, she's basically got to decide what type of relationship she wants. Because like her and Aang, one thing, her and Zuko is Zuko. He didn't
very
come here, girl.
Well written. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look, I watched Zuko's fight with Azula. Dope. Yeah. People, if you haven't watched it, watch it. Toph Beifong. That's all I'm saying. Just the little things. It took me like fucking episode. I don't even know how many episodes to realize like she's like barefoot and dirty, and but it's because she's blind. Like it was like she doesn't care about her parents. She's just like, I'm just gonna do me. Well, she was barefoot so she could have contact with the ground, so she could bend. But yes, Toph was like not the girliest of girls, and they still say that Zuko might be her baby daddy. I don't know.
Zuko? You mean Sokka?
Not Zuko. Sokka might be, but that's a rumor. One of her kids, because she has 2 kids, and they literally have 2 different dads, and it's a Nickelodeon cartoon. That's crazy. That's amazing.
Yeah, they don't touch on that too much.
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to think. Who was the second kid? Oh,
she had 2 daughters.
the one in the other, like that,
in like the Metal City, which I'm like, yeah, man, yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, people joke to like, hopefully Sokka wouldn't be the dad of the first daughter, the policewoman. I forget her name because she dated Tenzin.
She did date Tenzin. Yeah,
they're be cousins.
That's true.
So hopefully it's not. Hopefully Sokka's
they're like
the dad of the second.
They're like, oops, we didn't mean to write it that way. Yeah,
that's what I was trying to think just now.
That's funny, Tenzin. And even when he had his moment, he was a beast. But that was in Korra, but still.
That was in Korra. yeah, Korra had some highlights.
Yeah.
Definitely some lowlights.
Yeah. It's still good, but it's
still a good show, but it's not like Avatar is timeless.
It really is. It really is. Yeah. Yep. You have some Avatar toys.
I did.
Yeah. Yep.
Now there's merch everywhere. But yeah.
Yeah.
Other news. Daredevil Born Again Season 2. It's confirmed that Kristen Ritter, who was Jessica Jones, will be in Season 2.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm sure we'll be seeing Luke. Did they confirm Luke Cage yet?
Just Kristen Ritter.
Just Kristen Ritter? Well, he's trying to build an army, so.
Oh, is that what he's doing?
Remember he said we're going to the
I didn't see Born Again. You knew this. I did not watch Born Again.
What am I going to do with you, man? All right. Well, yeah, he's trying to gather some allies for season 2.
Oh yeah. Please recast Iron Fist. Don't bring him back, please.
They're like, if we reuse him
bring
again,
back
it's going to ruin
everybody.
everything.
That would be so hilarious if they bring back Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and a different actor for Iron Fist.
Dude. They might have to. They're going to be like, look, bro, you got a year. You better do something. You better go take a class, learn how to
start training.
Throw a kick, do something.
Get on some gear, start training.
Do something. Yeah, here's
Iron
the rules.
Fist has to be the most shredded guy in the MCU.
Yeah. Call Zac Efron. Be like, what do you do? What's your cycle?
Efron really is.
Like, what's your cycle, Zac?
Yeah, his cycle's crazy.
That dude has sacrificed his body to Hollywood. Anyways, I don't know what they're going to do about Iron Fist, because Iron Fist is like Iron Fist. He's the second best fighter in the MCU, so it's like, come on, man. Like,
who's first?
Shang-Chi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a thing going on right now, I guess, with Ravels. I guess apparently I just saw a meme. It was like, I forget what movie it was. The clip was from. They're like, when people finally get to do Iron Fist versus Shang-Chi and Ravels, I'm like, oh my god, that would be amazing. Like, that would be amazing. Just straight hands. It'd be like an anime. Like an anime fight. You know,
that would be good if they ever do that.
Yeah,
Shang-Chi had good choreography.
Yeah, Shang-Chi has grown on me. The more I think about it, when I watch clips and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I liked it when we saw it, but now I'm like, yeah.
Just the last act is when it loses me. Not the last act, the last battle.
Like I said, when you saw Thunderbolts, I said they finally did the thing that you've been wanting to do. Not turn a cerebral movie into punchy. Like, because you've always
punchy, just giant monster.
Yeah, you've always said like that they'll do all this, and then the ending's always the same thing.
Yeah. The shows were the culprit, the main culprits of that. But yeah, the movies.
Yeah, it's like, but they Thunderbolts kind of like, surprised a lot of people with the way they chose to end it, and I was happy with it. But yeah.
And the last bit of news I have is really big news. You know, that streaming service Max. It's
I've heard of it.
yeah, you know. They're
Yeah,
changing their name back to HBO Max.
what?
Yeah. Uh, if you know, they've been Max for 2 years, but I feel like nobody ever started calling them Max.
Yeah, it's
They
HBO
just
Max.
yeah, but yeah, they're officially changing the name back, and their social media accounts even making fun of them doing it, so it's been funny.
Did you see John Cena?
Mm-mm. What do you
Look,
say?
I don't know if it's real or not, but there's James Gunn said it was real because I saw it on James Gunn's account,
Okay.
and they were filming a promo for Peacemaker 2.
Okay.
And it was the day before they announced the name change. So John Cena's like saying, like, you know, it's basically like, hey, watch Peacemaker on. He's, you know,
On
he's
Max.
like, so you want me to say HBO Max? And they're like, no, say Max. He's like, well, starting tomorrow, it's going to be HBO Max, and I'm cutting the promo for the show, which is going to be on HBO Max. So do you want me to say HBO Max? And they're all like, what are you talking about? So he's like, and then James Gunn says, like, yeah, this is us finding out from John Cena
That's funny.
that HBO Max is changing its name.
That's
While
funny.
he's I was like, that's funny because he would have been like, yeah, see us on Max, and they'd have been like, it's supposed to be
Yeah,
HBO
they'd
Max.
have to refilm it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. And John Cena, I mean, it could have been bullshit because, you know, John Cena is pretty good at what he does, you know. So
Yeah, that itself could have been marketing.
Yeah.
But
So
you know, if it's funny, if it's working.
yeah, it was funny, but yeah, that's. But I'm telling you, one day we're going to get to look behind the curtain and find out that they have no idea what's going on. They'll be like, you think we should change it back to Max? And they'll have some like half-baked reason why, and me and you will be like, what?
Yeah, change it
Like,
back to Max. Yeah.
Like, do you show HBO stuff? Yeah, then just keep calling it HBO Max. Or HBO stuff or HBO whatever, but don't take out the HBO.
Mhm.
Leave that part no matter what. You think? Yeah, I think so. But yeah.
Well, I guess the reasoning for Max was like we have more than just HBO stuff.
Well, my whole thing was that there's a competing channel called Cinemax, and I always just thought that was weird that they were calling themselves Max, and there was another thing called Cinemax. That was weird to me. But even though I don't even know
who watches Cinemax, that's what I'm saying.
A bunch of teenagers after 11 o'clock. But yeah,
nobody.
That was a thing. That was a thing in the 90s. But yeah. You know what I was thinking about today?
What?
That when you open when you open a bottle of baby oil,
oh my!
You ever notice like no? Because like the only time you ever see a
the
dry
last time
bottle,
I opened a bottle of baby oil, I don't know. I was a child.
But this is the thing. I was talking to my main man about this today, and I said, "You ever notice that like a baby oil bottle is barely like dry at the store, and as soon as you open that thing, it becomes the greasiest thing in existence. Like you could meticulously open a bottle of baby oil and take out one drop, and every time you grab it, your whole hand's greasy, and now you got to go wash your hands. And I'm like, why is that?
Yeah,
and
it's a one-time use.
And that being said, all I'm going to say about Diddy is Diddy, and that's all I'm going to say because it's just too much. It's just the diddler.
It is too much to put on a podcast.
It's too much. We will make some people laugh. We will offend some people, so we're just going to leave that one go. But all I know is he used to do Proactive commercials because he had bad acne, and I think it may have been because of all the baby oil his skin came into contact with. That's just my thoughts. So
his pores were clogged.
Yeah, his pores were clogged. It wasn't actual acne, Diddy. Your pores were just clogged from all the exposure to baby oil. That's all I want to say about that.
That's all I have.
That's all you have?
That's all I have.
All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna read One Piece. Last week I said that last week's episode was going to break the internet. It was the wrong episode. That's my bad. No, it was a very good episode, very emotional episode. Oda, they did the thing where like they left us with this crazy cliffhanger, and then the next episode was something totally different. It was still really good, really good.
But next episode's gonna break down.
No, this week's episode is going to finish that story. So then I think next week's episode is going to be the resolution of that big cliffhanger. But yeah, it's still dope. Still dope. Even though I told Sergi something today about it, but all I said was I did the math, and the average manga is 15 pages long. Comes out every week, so basically it's like 2 comic books a month. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. It probably is the greatest story ever told. But as I was thinking about Chris Claremont's run on X-Men and how he wrote multiple X titles at the same time for 30 years. And at the end of the day, it's not much different from Oda writing this one story for the last 27 years, So it's rare that a creator in that type of media gets to do something like that before someone takes it from you. So anyways, but yeah, it's still dope. But if you're not watching Mobland, watch Mobland. If you're not watching Poker Face, I suggest you watch Poker Face.
I feel like that's 2 shows people did not know what they are.
Well, Mobland is the Guy Ritchie show with Tom Hardy and Pierce Brosnan. We talked about it. Poker Face Poker Face is the show with Natasha Lyonne, and she just has this ability to tell when you're lying, and it just continuously gets her into trouble. It's a Ryan Johnson show. It's like kind of like a detective type thing, and it's pretty damn good. It's pretty good. It's on Peacock though, and Peacock's like the 17th option in streaming services. So
yeah,
it makes it kind of tough.
Use Pluto more than Peacock.
Yeah, I forgot. I didn't know. I think I told you I did not know
people
had
use
Peacock.
Tubi
more than Peacock. I didn't know I had Peacock, bud. Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, babe, we have it." And she was like, "You have it?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, "It says I got it with my Walmart account," and I was like, "But I don't have a Walmart account." Yeah, it was all crazy. It's a whole long story. Online shopping.
Credit card.
Yeah. Well, no, I told you what happened with my Walmart account. No. It got hacked. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, all right. So yeah, I have Peacock. Watch Poker Face, and yeah, I think that's all I have.
All right. So stay tuned for next episode. All right.
One more thing. Rest in peace to Pope
Francis.
And what do we say when we get a new Pope?
Welcome. I don't know.
Welcome, new Pope.
Pope.
He's supposed
Pope Leo from Chicago.
Pope Leo from Chicago.
American
the
Pope.
first American Pope. And his great granddaddy was black. But anyways,
was he really?
Yes, he was. Yeah. We made his great granddaddy was black. So yeah.
Obama's coming back. This is it.
This is it, baby. Here we go. But yeah, apparently the last pope was said to be the people's pope. Yeah. And
cool.
Yeah.
I know there's a terrible towel there wanting to be blessed.
Oh wow!
Wow! Announcing it. So
yeah, we need that. We need it. We need all the blessings we can get. But anyways, until next time, he's Son.
And he's Pops.
And thank you for listening. Be kind to each other.
It's Son and Pops.